Hey filmmakers, it's Kerry with Filmmaker Central. We got ourselves a box here from GVM. It's the brand new SD80D. Let's check it out. Okay, here's the box. We're gonna unbox it here, see what we've got. Okay, looks like we've got the light box here. Got a standard Bowens mount. Nice long power cord, power brick, manual. Got the reflector here. It's got a nice textured pattern in here. We'll check that out. And over here, we have the light itself. Interesting form factor. Nice cube, a two-way power switch on the back, or a three-way, off 1 and 2. We got DC-N. We get the selector. It's a push button and turn. Fan output over there. Display screen. That's the release for the Bowens mount over there. We got our chip on this side, and on this side, it's got spots for 2 Sony NPF style batteries. That's kind of cool. Let's see what else we have in the box here. Looks like we got ourselves a light stand. Let's take a look at this guy. Get that one out of the way. Okay, it's their upfold model. We've seen this before. There we go. It's not an air cushion, but that's all right for the price here. Now this package goes for $159, so not a bad price for a light. Let's see what else we have on here. Oh, interesting, very interesting. Something we haven't seen on any light for a while, an umbrella mount. Wow, haven't seen that in ages. Now, I know umbrellas are so not this decade, right? I mean, most people haven't used umbrellas in a long time. I'm a fan of umbrellas. I like umbrellas. They got a nice soft output, and I have 2 umbrellas here. The Westcott 7-foot parabolics. I have a white shoot through and I have a silver reflector. Those things are massive. They're absolutely massive and they work great. Absolutely love them. So we need to check out the light. Let's see what kind of modifier we have here. Oh, these bags are horrible for doing video. They're so loud. Let's see. Okay, so we have I got probably a 24-inch softbox. Nice. That's gonna be sufficient for something of this size. You're not gonna have a big 36-inch with an 80-watt over here. So let's get her plugged in and take a look at some of the features. Got her turned on here, and nice display on the side of this. Very easy to read. It's at 10%. Goes down in 1% increments down to, oh, it does go to 0%. And let's see how fast we can get up to 100%. Pretty darn quick there. We'll tap it. Okay, tapping it is interesting. It goes from 0, 10, 30, 50, 80 to 100. Okay, interesting. Now we'll, on the side, okay, we've got scenes. Okay, then to change the scene, we push in on the selector on the back. Now this is just a bicolor light. It's going to go down to 2700 Kelvin up to 7500 Kelvin. So we don't have RGB features on here. So we're just going to get variations of strobe, things like fire, candlelight, TV, you know, those things that can flicker within that temperature range. Now if we hold down the selector, it switches to the Kelvin. So we'll go down to 2700, nice warm light on there. We'll go up to 7500. Okay, nice cool light. Get back down to 5600. And we're on daylight balanced. Hold that down again. The power starts to flash, and we can adjust that. So, pretty straightforward there, kind of like that. Very nice features. Let's look at the specs that they have. Color rendering index, like everything else these days, it's greater than 97. So really, really good color accuracy on this guy. Exactly what I would expect. 2700 to 7500 Kelvin. Without the light cover, like this, we're getting 2820 lux at 1 meter. And with the light cover, a whopping 7390 lux at 1 meter. The product weight is 1.2 kilograms. So not bad there. This does support a master-slave function with other GVM lights. And I'm gonna just take a wild guess here. I'm just gonna go to the GVM app on my phone here. I see the GVM SD80, just like I would expect. We'll go ahead and pull up the app here, and we can see we have CCT, source matching, and effects. We'll go to the CCT, very responsive. GVM has got this stuff dialed in. Very quickly change the color temperature. Nice and smooth transitions there. Go to 5600, give or take. Okay. We can just turn the unit off, which is nice. We can save that as a preset. We'll call it daylight. Very handy. Okay, we'll go back to our source matching. All right, we can match to studio lights, daylight, cool. So very quickly we can get it set to whatever other type of light source we want. I use daylight down here, and let's try the effects here. And lightning, CCT loop, candle, bad bulb, TV, pulsing, explosion, and paparazzi. We'll go to our explosion. Now the fact that it does use a Bowens mount is really nice. All the equipment in the studio here uses Bowens mounts. So super handy there. So I'm gonna go ahead, kind of move this out of the way for just a moment. And we'll see what we have. Oh, there's more goodies in the bag here. Looks like we got a screen too. That's nice. We'll go ahead and try and set this up. And I'll get this all dialed in and then we'll come back and see what it's like. Okay, so after putting this bugger together, I have got to say that of all the GVM modifiers, and I have several of them in here right now, this is the most difficult one I've ever put together. It is kind of a bugger, actually. But if you're in a studio and you're setting this up once, well, then it's not a big deal. If you're planning on taking this on the road with you, yeah, you're not gonna be real happy with that. It's gonna be a pain in the buttocks. Now, what we have in here are elastic straps for an internal diffuser and Velcro for the outside diffuser and a screen for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the light. Okay, not bad there. We'll grab our diffuser panels. Now I'm just going to try one on the outside. With an 80-watt light, going with both diffusers is probably going to be a little much. So this should line up pretty nicely in here, as it does. Not too shabby on the diffuser setup. Okay. No. Okay. It's got a nice light to it. Real nice diffused light. Let me turn this down so we can turn it towards the camera. Very soft light. Now I do have a hotspot in there, which I could tune down with the internal diffuser. And if you want a very directional light, or you want to minimize spill, then you have the screen. And if you don't know what a screen is, so it's a grid, okay? So this is going to go on the front to help prevent that light loss. So you don't have as much spread, you're going to have a more directional light. So that's what that's for. But overall, I think we have a pretty nice light source here. Now I'm going to go ahead and set it up just outside of frame, and then we'll try making some adjustments and see how it works in the studio here. Here we go. Now over here is the new light. This is the SD80 over here, and over on this side I have a more powerful light that's turned pretty far down. So we're gonna come back over here to our CC. Wow, that's at 52% right there. That's at 100%. Let's tone this down. Remember, I'm working on this side. That's off. A little bit of light, making this one more of the key light. I'm just going to turn that side up there. All right, so I should have more light on this side. Little shadow on this side. Should look pretty nice. But I think what we have is, I think we have a pretty reasonable light here. The form factor is really nice. The wattage per dollar is really nice. Like I said, this is $160 for this kit. Light stand, modifier, the light reflector, and the light. 160 bucks is a pretty good value. So for, I would say, your beginner filmmakers, your entry-level filmmakers, this is great. For people who want to do product shots, this is a great constant light that's going to work really well. I think this has a lot of uses to it. Now, where this is not going to work, where is it not going to work? And this is not going to be an outdoor light to overpower the sun. Not going to work. This thing is nowhere near bright enough for doing something like that. Even adding some fill light outdoors, it's not bright enough. It's a good studio light. I mean, you could use it outdoors in the evening or at night, sure. But during the day, this thing is just going to be completely wiped out by the sun. That's not its intended use. Indoors, doing shots like this for vloggers, YouTubers, great light. For photographers who are doing stuff, this is a great light. You know, it's got good power output for the size. And yeah, I think for maybe doing interviews, nice, good light. So you get it pretty close to one subject, get them lit nicely. So I think it's got a lot of uses. Like I said, I love the form factor. And being able to use umbrellas, if that's your thing, if that's your style, that's great. It does come with a light box, so you don't need to. You don't have to go and like, oh my God, I need some modifier. What's the cheapest thing I can get? I'll go get some umbrellas. It's got a nice softbox, and it's a decent size softbox for the size of light that it is. Any bigger, and you're just not going to get the light output. This is nice. It's going to focus the light well. I think this is going to work really, really well. So yeah, definitely going to be something we're going to use around here. Something that I think people should look into if you're looking for a new light. The fact that all the GVM products work together, slave mode, you can control everything from, one light and everything. That's great, a little clunky, but when you're using the app, that's where I think the GVM products really, really shine. The app is super responsive, works really well, and when you're going like between power outputs, you can do a really nice transition. You're not going to get that flickering look that you get with, cheaper lights. Now the effects, let's turn the effects on. Pulsing, start. Okay, well, this is going to pulse a little bit. I'm going to go in and out of the dark. Maybe in some situations, it's going to be good. Where I think effects in a light really work well in RGB lights, because you have like cop cars and ambulances and other colors that you can work with. You have disco modes and things that are kind of handy. The fact that it's just easy for them to put them in here, sure, great. It's nice that it's in there. I'm not gonna argue about whether or not they should put these types of things in here. I just don't think you're gonna be buying it for those effects. I think you're gonna be buying it for the light quality, for the price, performance, versatility, and all that. Now, I would say if you're building a portable light kit, something that's really on the go, the con on this thing is this softbox. While it's efficient and it works really well here, that thing was a bugger to put together. I would go with something that can just pop open. And there's products out there like that. I would go with an umbrella. I would go with almost anything besides this particular softbox, simply because it's a pain to set up. So aside from that, I think this is a wonderful kit. But if you're not taking this on the go, well, then that's really a moot point, because you're going to set it up once and that's it. If you're switching modifiers in and out, you can just take it off, put it to the side, and when you want to use it again, take it, pop it back on. You don't have to tear it down and put it back together. So for that, it's fine. But like I said, if you're someone who's putting together an on-the-go kit, that is the one thing about this that I'm not excited about. The rest of this, I think, is great. GVM is one of my favorite light companies. They have a wide variety of lights, from entry level to pro. And depending on your budget, you're going to find something from GVM that's going to fit your particular needs. So this one, the SD80, definitely check out if this is in the category of light that you're looking for. Highly recommended, big thumbs up. Thanks for GVM. They did send this to me, but they're not seeing the review, they're not seeing the video first, and they're not paying me anything to do it. They just sent it to me to say, hey, we got this new light coming out. We want you to check it out. We know you're a big fan of our products. And yeah, I am. And this is why, because they make good, solid products, and the app on here is definitely second to none. It is a fantastic app for controlling the lights. So this has been Kerry with Filmmaker Central. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.